All right. All right. Well, it says we're live. Let's see how this goes. Waiting for YouTube on my other screen to go. It is still not going. Just gonna wait a second here. Let's see, Rumble is going. And YouTube has finally caught up. Okay, let me check my sound. Oh, I gotta be on the right screen to check my sound. There we go. Uh-oh. I am not seeing any sound. That is bad. There it is. All right. Looks like I hope the picture isn't off. It may be, but we'll see how it goes. It does look off. I don't know why, but it looks off kilter. Let me check YouTube here. Hang on. YouTube is way behind. I don't know why YouTube is lagging. Boy, you think in the morning YouTube would be a little bit better. Oh, yeah, it's way off. Holy crap. I'm going to try to refresh my studio. We'll see how that causes me any issues. So, look, give me a second here. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's see what that does. All right. I don't know if that made it better or worse. I am live. I am going. Rumble is... Boy, I would have thought everything been a little smoother this morning. All right. Well, it's up and running. I don't know if there's any lag or if the sound and the audio and video are off. I'm not sure what is going on there, but hey, thank you and good morning, YouTube. All right. Well, we're going to talk a little bit this morning for a couple hours, maybe a little less. And, yeah, I'm not going to overly bury the lead here. I was wanting to discuss, and I haven't talked much about it. All I've said most of the time is I don't think the whole Israel-Palestine kerfuffle. Honestly, I've said multiple times that I don't want to... Boy, I hate when you put things on silent and it still goes off. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, do not disturb is on. But it ain't listening. Cool. Well, I've said that I do not think I want United States involved in any way. Anyway, we can sell weaponry, fine. Hey, I'm all for selling stuff and making some money instead of us always putting our money into everybody's pockets. I would like to not be involved in most of these wars, including the Ukraine-Russia thing. I'm sorry. Let Europe handle it. Let them fix their own crap. I'm tired of spending money and time everywhere. Tired of getting us drug into crap. And I'm not even sure I want us involved in this whole Venezuela crap. I don't really even think I agree with Trump on that. Maybe just sit there with our military and have them make every little boat full of drug runners go away. You know, liquefy them or whatever it takes. But, yeah. I don't want us involved. I don't want us involved in Israel-Palestine. I don't think anybody should be involved in it. This is my problem. Okay, some of you have heard this before, but let me reiterate for anybody new. I think... Okay, anybody ever watched the original Star Trek episode called A Taste of Armageddon? What happened in that episode of Star Trek was these two planets were having a war. Well, what happened is they were having a war when the Enterprise got there. Then it lasted, well, I think 500 years. I'm open to be corrected on that. And it comes out to they were fighting a war with computers. So they really didn't get the destruction of the war. People would walk into what they had to was disintegration chambers when the computers calculated, here's how many people would have got hurt in this attack. They kept, yes, you can say, oh, but people walk into disintegration chambers. They've been trained for generations. This was their duty. And you could say the same about maybe some military people walking into a buzzsaw. But They were able to keep this war going for so long because they kept it pretty. They didn't have to see the horrendousness of it. Now, the Israel-Palestine thing is not quite the same, but in a way, it kind of reminds me of that episode because everybody, for the last, 70, 80 years? Hell, you go back to even before the modern Israel was around. These people over there have been fighting and hating each other for thousands of years. So, sooner or later, it's got to end. And if you go from the modern reforming of Israel, whatever, it's been going on since, I guess, 1949. It hasn't stopped. And why? My biggest thought is because every time it gets to a point where somebody's going to win it, I don't give a rat's ass if it's Israel or if it's Palestine, which is a non-existent country. Sorry. I'm all for making it one, but we'll get to that in a minute. Every time somebody's about to win this thing and decisively end it, oh no, United Nations steps in, America steps in, somebody steps in and goes, oh my God, you got to stop. That is not how any war in history has ever gone. You do not end wars by going, okay, stop, and now we'll be good, and then it just turns around and comes right back again. I'm not going to go deep into history. I don't give a rat's ass about all the times that one side wants to say, we've offered two-state solution. The other side said, not good ones. I don't care. All I know is if World War I, II, the Civil War, whatever, was fought this way, where somebody gets to, before a ending, somebody stops it, goes, no, let's kumbaya. And then suddenly it restarts again. You have to have a decisive stomp on the ground, FAFO ending. That's it. You must. You must. And I am tired of America getting involved. I'm tired of everybody getting involved. I want everybody to stay the flip out of it. In fact, I would almost enact, and I know this is going to be sounding counterintuitive here since I don't want to be involved, but because I don't want to be involved in another 50, 60, 70 years of this stupid kerfuffle between these people, I would not mind if the United States of America enforced everybody stay the flip out of it. I mean, I would militarily enforce it. And people go, but Israel will win. Too bad. Somebody has to win a war. Imagine if World War II, the Allies are getting ready to stop the Hitlers. It was almost over. And then let's say a United Nations or an America amalgam stopped in back then and said, oh, come on, let's cool it down. Let's have this bullcrap peace. And then, how long? Germany would have got rebuilt. Japan would have rebuilt. When boof, right back at it. We would still be fighting World War II today. Think about it. This Israel-Palestine thing started not too long after World War II. That's how long this has been going on. Stay out of it. I would like to see America enforce that. You get involved, we bomb you. We're done. Stay out of it. I don't give a rat's ass if Gaza, Palestine wins. You tell them you win, you're fine. You stay over there. Don't you F with us. But I'm done. I am done. So free Palestine, fine. GTR, what is up, man? God bless Israel. Hey, if I have to make a choice, if somebody's going to look at me, well, who do you want to win? No, you have to choose. Fine, Israel. But I don't care. Let these people that are warring handle their own BS. I don't know what my dogs are doing, but my dogs just flipped out upstairs. Wow. All three of them. Hey, Jimmy. Luckily, the UK will take in all Palestinian refugees according to Starmer. Oh. Dude, there's a reason that the Egyptians and no other country in the Middle East want to take these people in. They're not great peoples. I'm sorry. A lot of them aren't. And then these people get in over there. They're mad if this new government doesn't take up their cause. I love how I get emails and messages in my chats from Americans wanting me to do a mid-morning stream. But then it's the people, my UK viewers, that show up when I do it. How you doing, Jimmy? Sorry, guys, my voice is a little off still. I had a rough day yesterday. More family kerfuffle in court cases. But yeah, wow, you guys take in all that. Because you guys need more transplants to your country. Go. All right, so now we are going to, what I'm going to talk about here, and we got the free Palestine. And thing is, I'm even going to I got some funny ones here. I mean, there are a bunch of people saying the answer is a 3-state solution with a buffer zone. You know what? Maybe. Because you got this Jordan here, which I did not know that Jordan has a lot of people that actually kind of consider Palestinians. So I can kind of see, yeah, let's hack off a piece, put Palestine over here and Israel here, with Jordan in the middle. My problem is, do you really think that Jordan being in the middle would stop Palestinians? I will actually use, you guys know that I used to call them Gazans. That's Gaza. I don't give a crap. Palestine has never been a country, ever in history been a country. But I will, for this stream, we will say they are Palestinians. And we were talking about Palestine. Just to go with my premise here. But do you really think, in this image here, that if Palestine had Jordan between them and Israel, that they would stop the attacks? I think it would just put Jordan in the middle. Which maybe would bring somebody else to Israel's side, because Jordan probably ain't going to want BS crap rockets or munitions flying across their airspace. But I think it's funny. I think it would not work. Yeah. But no, I got a couple of these. Just to look at this, is some dummy put this down. Israel, United States. Oh, shut up. But let's go take a look at just the bookmarks. And all right. The only way that Palestine can get a state is by a 2-state solution. It's been tried. It's been tried. I'm not going to go into the history. I'm not going to play from one side to the other. Oh my God, that wasn't right. Oh, nobody did it. Oh, we did too. Try as you might, you can't will a nuclear power country of 9 million out of existence. Yeah. Once again, the only reason that Hamas exists today or Gaza exists today is because everybody gets involved. So all these people screaming about America and everybody, stop getting involved. America needs to cut ties. Do you realize if America cut off Israel today, do you know what Israel would do? They have the military might to decimate most of the Middle East. And if they weren't going to get support from us, I'm all supporting them if they want to pay us. Pay for our weaponry. But getting rid of that, if they're not going to pay for our weaponry, we really cut them off. Won't even sell to them. All these free Palestine people, you're screwed. Israel will look and go, we are stronger now than we ever will be. Things are going to be a diminishing return from now on. Unless we can find somebody else to sell us weaponry or help us with money or whatever else. Or satellite imagery or whatever. They're going to look over the people in Gaza or Palestine and say, goodbye. They will decimate you. So to all those morons, especially in my own country of America, marching, get out of Palestine, leave them alone. Stop helping Israel. You don't want this. You do not want it. Hamas believed in one Palestinian state. And how's it going for them? Yeah, 100%. So, okay. We're going to go right into, yes, Yasser Arafat did do this, by the way. Anybody who wants to argue this with me, come on in. I am here for it. I was younger, but I remember this jackass saying, oh, you were younger a long time ago? Really? No kidding. That's how time works. Got it. Sorry. They did do this. They had it set up for a 2-state solution, and Yasser Arafat decided, nope, not going to do it. We're going to go to war. Keep it going. Keep it going. But yeah. Here's one I did not realize, though, that 90% of Jordan's population are what people call Palestinians. Well, then go there. I think, this is my personal belief, a lot of this is just because of religious hatreds over there. I really think a lot of it is. We aren't going to fix thousands of years of religious hatred. So let me go back. We're going to sit here and just look at the Free Palestine image while I'm going to look at the chat real quick, and then we're going to go into my solution, but my consequence for it. Bunny, what is up, hon? How you doing this morning? Oh, as Buckle Bunny always likes to remind me, to everybody on YouTube and Rumble, please do me a favor and hit thumbs up for the stream. Guys, do let me know with a thumbs up if the sound is good. And I don't know give me a flip or a flop. Give me one shoe if the audio and video are aligned. Because on my other image, it's you know, if it is aligned, one flip flop. If it's not aligned, give me two. All right. Starmer is he is. GTR, yeah. Starmer is, dude, I don't know how you guys ended up with one of the most Hitler-esque sounding people. To me, Keir Starmer sounds like a 1930s, 40s German SS guy. That is a name you'd be going, dude, that guy is not to be trusted. I'm sorry if some names can give you that, but woof. All right, so it is aligned. All right, thank you very much, Connie. Starmer is making room by wanting to send troops to Ukraine. Oh. You know what, Jimmy? I'm not to be get you angry at me. Better your troops than ours. At least it's in your backyard. I do not know why everybody looks to America to get involved in every kerfuffle around the world, or wants our money to get involved with every kerfuffle around the world, but then turns around and bitches, why is America always involved in our stuff? Because you want us involved. I don't want us involved in anything outside of our zone. We have enough problems with Canada and Mexico. We do. We do. Mexico being our biggest problem. Canada just so far knows better. Let's see. If it wasn't for Biden in the UK, Trump wouldn't have been able to make that deal. Yes, 100%. Yeah, Jimmy, you're right. Yeah. Biden caused a cluster. Biden, oh my God. Just, jeez. Oh, sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, man. I mixed you up with Andrew. Sorry. Andrew is GTR's fellow UK. Sorry, man. Nah, but you Southerners, we still have to watch you up here in the north. Sorry, man. Oh, I gotta watch you gray coats. That's what we're doing. But, okay. So, do hit thumbs up for the stream. Share the channel out with anybody you think might be up and might be wanting to talk about the old Israel-Palestine kerfuffle. And we are about to go into my way to fix this. And I know I'm going to piss off probably both sides a little bit, but hang with me. And I'll leave this up for right now. I mean, unless you want me to stick it on this one. I like this one because this seems to match. All right, so what we are thinking here. Actually, I'm going to bring me a little bigger because, you know, I'm going to just sit right next to that and really make sure I'm right next to the whole Palestine thing. All right, here we go. As my title said, let's make Palestine a sovereign nation. Call them Palestine. Here you are. You guys have had your wet dream about it for 1,000 years. Here is your free country. Sorry, my meds really pissed my lungs off this morning. You finally get your wet dream of thousands of years, your sovereign, actual nation of Palestine. Ta-da! Kumbaya, everything is fine. Okay. I mean, Israel, you frig off. That is their borders. You get zero say in anything inside there. You do not get to blockade Palestine's coastline. You let them bring in aid, rebuild themselves into a nation that can be strong and productive and amazing and have their beaches open and party on, Wayne. You let them do that. Israel, you step in and F with them. No playing around. You F with them. You F with us. I'm done. Leave them alone. Let them be sovereign. You get jack shit to say about it. Nothing. If you don't want your border with them open in any way, that's fine. But they will be a sovereign nation next to you. And I would even say that, not yet, if they can be good for 50 years, then we bring them into the United Nations. Minor country, one of those people sitting in the back. Got it. So, stick with me. We will, absolutely. And we will tell Israel, look at me, Israelis. Look at me, Jewish people. You get zero say in what goes on in there. None. No blockades. No nothing. As long as they leave you alone. And now here comes the problem. Now, let's make an assumption. Let's say the Palestinians do want their nation just to be free, to fly high like an eagle and be free, They want Nintendo. They want to send their little kids to learn Sesame Street and ABCs. They want to be great mathematicians and go to the beach and listen to rock and roll and stuff. Let's assume that. Well, cool. Cool. It'd be nice to see if we bring them into the 21st century, wouldn't it? Do I think that's what would happen? No. I think 2,000 years of religious hatred, the very fact that many people didn't rise up against Hamas when they say, we don't support Hamas, while the world pumped in 50 plus, billion dollars into that kerfuffle area, all the aid and money sent to them, and all they did was militarize it, make weaponry and tunnels and attack. Now, what do I think will happen? What I believe would happen is they would, sooner or later, I would give it 1 to 5 years of sovereign Palestine until they lobbed rockets into Israel. Now, that's what I think is going to happen. But if it doesn't, hey, cool. But Palestinians, there you go, Palestinians. I'm actually going to use it. Palestinians, the cost of having your sovereign nation fully autonomous, your own elections, your own currency if you want it. I don't care if you want Allah doing it with a goat on your money. Your money, do what you want. The cost of that is, if you attack Israel, the world agrees to make you disappear for good. I mean, done. This is your one shot. That's it. There will never, ever in history be another one. You will be a footnote in the history books if you futz around. And the bad thing is, I think they would FAFO. But that would be the cost, Palestinians. You must have your leaders all come and sign. You better do a quick vote. They come and sign and you agree on the world stage to the United Nations, America, and Israel, whatever. That, yeah, hold our hand up or hold our goat up and go, we will not attack Israel. If we are autonomous, we will do our own thing and live next to them. We can enforce our borders, but no more screwing around. Fine. because we will hold you to it. And this is the one time I would be okay with America being involved, because I'm tired of 70 plus years of stupid war. It's cheaper and easier for us to do this, let them have a shot at it, and then if they FAFO, they go bye-bye. I mean, bye. Goodbye. Poof. You are a kitty litter or a glass factory. I'm not screwing around. And to any Palestinian, oh my God, but the Jews will break the treaty. No. I don't care who it is. We look at Israel. You futz with them, you become a footnote in history. And I would tell every single Jewish person in America, you better be calling people over there going, don't do this. Because we will make them go away. No more. If America has to be the police, fine. It's time for America to grow up and be the actual parent. Put these two children over their knee and give them the spanking with the belt. We're done. That's it. You're spanked. No more fighting. Go sit in your corners and leave each other alone. So I'm putting this on Israel almost as much. Do I think Israel would defy it more likely? No, probably not. Do I think fully they wouldn't? Nah, I don't really trust Netanyahu totally. I don't. But, and I'm not going to play this game, though, but the government of Israel, the government of Palestine didn't do it. It was just some single bad guy. No. That is the bullshit Hamas has done for a long time and the people in Gaza have pulled. But we didn't do it. It was just this weird Hamas person that did it. This random person. Nope. Control your shit. Oh yeah, I'm going to be that strict. I'm going to give you a zero tolerance policy, which I think the Palestinians won't be able to handle. If a single suicide blow-upper, and I probably shouldn't have said that word, the first word, but oh well, on YouTube, screw you. If any single oopsie, I brought a boom boom thing and goes and takes out a school in Israel, you're done. If you lob one shitty little Toys R Us bought rocket over with a firecracker on it, goodbye. Zero tolerance. And Israel, same thing. No blockading their coast. Well, we're sure they're bringing in weapons. Too bad. Sovereign nation, they can have a military. Too bad. Well, we don't like what they're doing. I don't give a shit. Stay away from each other. Don't touch your brother. Don't touch your sister. Done. That type of crap. Mom and dad have stepped in. For real. Not stepped in going, hey, back off here for now. Oh, we'll support you and we'll support you. We're already given to both sides. This is stupid. Time to tell both sides to fuck off and leave each other alone. But yeah, Palestine, fine. Make it Palestine. You can pray to whatever 20 times a day. You can stay on your side of the border and go, yes, we hate the Jews. Don't touch. Don't touch. Hands off. Or I am all with America testing some ordnance there. And once again, that goes for Israel too. Hands the fuck off or goodbye. There you go. That's my solution. Let's go Palestine. I personally would give Palestine about a 2% chance of being able to do it. And I'll tell you why. Here's why. Every time Israel did back off, and don't come at me with some dumb bullshit. I'm just saying, every time we've actually seen Israel back off, Israel pulled all their citizens out of the Gaza area and the West Banks or whatever. They pulled their citizens out whether they liked it or not. Took away their houses, took away their lands, gave it to the Palestinians, dug up graves, brought the people into Israel proper, said, fine, there you go. And what happened? The Palestinians said, launch rockets. Oh, we're free, woo, launch rockets. Every time Israel has backed down and given up something, or stopped just from slaughtering and ending this whole thing, the Palestinians have turned around and reignited it. So do I think Israel's doing everything right now? No. But how long would America or the UK or France let a neighboring, bordering country lob rockets and bomber-type people walking into their schools and shopping centers without decimating them? I'll tell you right now, in America, Canada launches 5 rockets at us today, and then 5 tomorrow, 5 the next day. There won't be a day after. Canada will then be a territory of the United States of America. And if, France is sitting there and, Belgium is launching rockets at them, I'd say on about day 10. French people are a little slow. I'd say about day 10, Belgium becomes France. But hey, we're supposed to play games that every time Israel's back down, or Palestine's back down, which rarely happens, suddenly we're supposed to let this go. Oh God, Israel, stop. Oh my God, Israel. Proportional response. Screw you, Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan wouldn't have a British accent or a country if we played proportional response in World War II. All right, let me catch up with you guys real quick. Rich, what's up, buddy? Yankee, I'm a Southerner. I know you are, Jimmy. I think all the food coming in needs to be inspected thoroughly. Yeah, I agree. Jimmy, I agree. In fact, Jimmy, I'm going to say, if you're talking about food from Israel, when in time, and I agree with this one guy I saw on a Piers Morgan debate was like, who says that somebody is supposed to supply food, water, and everything else to their enemy in a war? That's insane. Imagine if when Germany was running low on supplies and food, that's what got the people to turn against Hitler at the end there. The loss of stuff and food and hunger and everything else. But imagine if the United States or whatever, or UK had suddenly said, hey, here's a bunch of food and water. Yeah, tons of it. Yeah, we'll stock you up. Are you shitting me? That's never required. That's part of war. That's part of getting somebody to quit. You destroy the supply lines. You destroy their way of life. You make them go, shit, we're done. We still don't like you, but we're done. So, yeah, I would say I don't want anything going from Israel. If you're talking about food from Israel to Palestine, I would say, yeah, inspect it, but I don't want Israel sending any food. I want it totally separate. Palestine will have to get their shit from somebody else. Their water, their food, their power. No more looking at Israel. They're not supplying us with power. They're not giving us food. Fuck you. The people you profess to hate and want to river to the sea don't owe you shit. You want your country. You make deals with Egypt, everybody else. You can make a deal with Hy-Vee food stores or, Albertsons or whatever to get your food. So if you're talking about inspect food coming from Israel, I think we'll negate that, Jimmy, because I don't want Israel sending anything. I want totally autonomous. I want these 2 countries sitting in their opposite corners, not touching, not looking at each other, nothing. I would find a way to put up some type of canceling electronic barrier so they can't even hear each other's radio or TV broadcasts. So how's it going, Rich? Oh, no, you're fine, Rich. Thanks for stopping in at all, buddy. Let's see here. Let me catch up. I am for cheaper. Rich, I am for cheaper kitty litter. Me too. Man, kitty. Hey, now I wonder if we MOAB them or make them glow. Does that kitty litter like sanitize itself and would it clump really well? Does MOAB sand clump well? I know, Jimmy. You gotta pee in my Cheerios, don't you, man? Man. Dude. Now, you still holding a grudge from the war? Kitty litter's made from clay. I know. How about, that's why I said glass factory, too. GTR, God bless Israel. Hey, I'm just trying to give I'm not trying to take sides. As you can see, I am also saying if Israel violates my great, amazing idea, Israel becomes the glass factory. There, Jimmy. I won't go litter box. Man, I really got frogs this morning. Uh-oh. The Israelis are jinxing me. Take him down like we did Charlie Kirk. I don't want to get into that. Holy crap. You talk about tripping on a landmine. Oof. But I don't know. That's my idea. They've been fighting each other for thousands of years. Yeah, they have, Connie. And I think it's time for a grown-up to stand up. Since we have to be the world police, we're going to end it. That's it. Step in and say, that's it. Whichever one of you defies the great Lion's Den plan to end all hatred and suffering over there, you do that. We have the great Lion's Den kerfuffle order. And that's when we make a glass factory out of whichever one of you screwed the pooch and became the snapperheads and jackwagons and violated the great Lion's Den Accords, as we're going to call it. What do you guys think, though? Canadians would have a cow. Yeah, but see, Connie, Canadians wouldn't have a cow, because I'm talking about a Canada that was suddenly hating America and launching rockets and guys walking in with boom booms on their chest into America. Would America or any other country in the world put up with or be forced to put up with by anybody, United Nations, NATO, whatever, be forced to go, no, stop. Don't hurt them. After 60, 70, 80 years of rocket attacks into your country. No. The world would look at Canada and go, you done screwed up. But somehow when it comes to Jewish people, how dare you? But I am going to ask, what do you guys think? Oh, once again, Connie, I'm going to make you happy. Please hit thumbs up for the stream. Share this out if you know anybody that would like to agree or disagree with my Lion's Den Israel-Palestine fix. Please share the channel out. Get them in here. I'll talk to them. I don't care if they're a staunch Palestinian supporter or a Israel must rule all supporter. Whatever. But what do you guys think of my idea, my way of fixing it, my way of America actually asserting itself? If we have to be the cop, let's be the instead of being a cop, let's be the parent. Let's look at these two kids, grab them by the collars, separate them. Done. So let me know what you think. If you just go in the dark kitty litter, the bills will get extreme. I don't know. Maybe it would, cats get a lot of urinary tract and intestinal cancers and stuff. Maybe that would actually pre-treat the kitties. So kitties don't get all the urinary tract and intestinal cancer problems. See, look at that. Glow-in-the-dark kitty litter. We can market it. Yeah, low grade. We mix it with the good regular stuff. We'll mix it with good old Fresh Step or something. Just have a little low-grade glow, and we can market it as, hey, look, we'll pre-treat your kitties. They'll live longer, less urinary tract problems, less cancers. Go kitty. And kitty will be easier to find in the dark. No more black cats sneaking up on you at night. But I want to know what any of you, YouTube or Rumble, think of the great Lion's Den Accords. Or the Lion's Den solution. I don't want to say the final solution. Oh, crap. My Lion's Den final solution to the whole Israel-Palestine kerfuffle. Do you think it would last? I don't. But at least then, the world, the nation, the Arabs, United Nations, the Palestinians would have zero leg to stand on. We gave you your sovereign nation like you asked, you begged, you threatened, you attacked over. We gave it to you, and what did you do with it? You proved the world right. And, well, not the world, but anybody with a sense of brains, which I don't have because I'm not even getting my English out properly. That's what happens. You have too many illegal aliens in your country that don't speak English. It damages your English. Ha! Bad English by osmosis, or by hearing too much Spanish everywhere in my country. So, I think it would prove the world right. I think the Palestine wouldn't be able to handle more than a year without some type of attack. They would. I think so. That is my opinion, but that is honestly, come on, guys. Tell me that is not a pretty honest and centrist fix to the problem. I mean, what do you think? Let's see. Let's see if Big Brother is watching. Hashtag Marco Rubio. What? All right, GTR. Israel has been grown up in all this for years, putting up with tax. You know, on average, I agree. I agree, GTR. But I'm done with it. I'm done with the whole thing. And throughout this, I will say Israel has handled this pretty badly. Do I believe in proportional response? Nope. I believe in winning. But this has been handled kind of ham-fistedly. And I don't care. I'm done. Let's give the Palestinians what they want. At the very least, we'll be able to end it. Give them what they want. I think so. Give them what they want. Give Israel the peace they say they want. Whoever breaks it disappears. If I have to lay odds, if I have to go to a betting pool, which one am I going to bet on? Which one do you think is going to have the highest odds of breaking that? I'm going to say Palestine, but do I want to be proven wrong? Sure. Who wouldn't want to have a chance at peace? Give them the chance and then make them disappear if they violate it. Either side. I'm done. I'm done with it totally. And by the way, GTR, I understand, support Israel, but let's 100%, doing my plan puts the ball in the court of both sides to prove their hyperbole, to prove their bullshit. Israelis say, God, we do not want this. We do want peace. We can live next to them. They can't live next to us. Prove it, Israel. 100%. My plan makes Israel prove it. My plan makes Palestinians. We just want our sovereign nation and our autonomy, our own borders. Fine. It makes Palestinians prove it. My plan puts equal onus on both children to not be touching the other. Mine does not put more on one side or the other. So, yeah. Mine is hands off, break that right at that line, done. I'm a slow learner. Took me 3 times as to why I shouldn't pee on an electric fence. Well, as somebody else that grew up in the country, Jimmy, I've done that in the woods and not knowing the fence was electrified. That'll wake you right up, let me tell you. But honestly, that is my idea. I don't know if it's a good, actually, I think it's a good idea. I'm going to come right out and say I just did the best idea. That I should be working for the Trump administration. I should be working for the Israelis. I should be working for the Palestinians. Shit, I should be working for all of them. They should all be coming to me right now going, dude, nice job. You fixed it. If the Israelis are honest about what they want and the Palestinians are honest about what they want, the Lion's Den solution would work. At the very least, it's going to show us who the lying piece of shit is. How's that? And then we can tell the United Nations, Saudi Arabia, whoever wants to bitch and whine, too bad. We did what you wanted. We gave them the angel in the sky, Muhammad in the sky, whatever, opportunity, and they fucked it. And now, poof, goodbye. And then maybe we won't have to hear about any more Palestinians. So Palestinians, you want to stay around? Take the Lion's Den final solution. Oh no, I gotta stop using that. Alright, so, I don't know. But yeah, see, I'm just as goofy in the morning. Sorry, I gotta check my phone. My father is out on his property today trying to do some stuff. He was supposed to take his phone with him in case there's an issue. So I'm gonna keep checking off and on. But what do you guys think? You think that would work? Or at least do you think my idea is better than what's going on in the last 70 years? Like I said, my idea puts the onerous on everyone. So I think so. All right, so we are going to talk about something else here yet today. We'll wade through my little savings here. I think this is a bad idea. I'm just saying this, waiting for you guys to see if anybody is awake enough to comment or put down the Cheerios spoon for a second and see what you think of my idea. Because I think my idea is better than anybody else's. All right, but I think this is a dumb idea because I don't think these guys want to be between these two. I don't think so. I just think that's a bad move waiting to happen. Plus, here's another problem I have with this one. Look where Palestine is. Palestine is landlocked. Current Palestine, I know some people go, what are you doing? Air quotes for it, because it's never been a country. Current Palestine, not stopping it, has some water access. You can't make this country landlocked or they will have a leg to stand on saying we are stuck, we depend on everybody, we're surrounded by everybody, we're screwed. They must be where they are now, have some oceanfront property, everybody needs a beach to relax on. So yeah, that's just me. I don't think this would be a good fix. All right, let's wade through. Look at old Yasser Arafat. I said something to somebody on Facebook the other day. They were arguing about this Israel-Palestine thing. And I mentioned Yasser Arafat back in the day, and they had no clue. I'm like, don't you look at history? Go look back at what that dude did. He turned down peace a bunch. All right, so. All right, in the middle, we're going to talk a little bit about this. I know this is a couple days ago or so, but yeah, I'm just going to mention this in peace. This is older. I know that. This is 10 days old. So I'm going to say not so newly leaked. Radio transmissions from the Chicago Police Department confirmed they were ordered to stand down and ignore federal agents' distress calls after ICE agents were pinned down by armed rioters, forcing the agents to open fire. Now, just the other day, a group of illegal aliens, by the way, we are now allowing people here illegally, non-citizens, to assault our federal law enforcement officials. This is Democrats' wet dream here. This is anarchy. This is fascism. Both. Yes, you can do both. People are going, well, you can't fit those two people. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. In fact, fascism and anarchy are very close friends. One, you do one to get to the other. And vice versa. So now I think that, after this is when the Chicago police chief come out and backtracked himself hardcore. In fact, now a lot of the Chicago PD and Illinois State Police, as we talked about the other night, are getting involved. They're backing off. They are going to openly help. Illinois State Police has been openly helping now protect ICE agents and protect the facility. And this is stupid. ICE Border Patrol was chasing illegal immigrant in an ATV. When it crashed into another ICE SUV. No, this is not what happened. These people tracked down the ICE agents and ran into them. That is what happened. They ran into them, trying to take them out and cause a fight. And then the media and Democrats get mad. Oh my God, the ICE agents broke our court order. They fired tear gas without warning. Screw you, you attacked the ICE agents. Fuck your warning. You attacked the ICE agents. That's the fuck around. And guess what? Find out is next. These idiotic rulings. You aren't supposed to be using tear gas. Oh my God, you can't have fences and barriers around the ICE facility. You aren't allowed to put boards up in the windows of the ICE facility in Portland because, oh my God, we got to let the rioters throw stuff through the windows and destroy stuff. Every one of these lefty judges should be in jail instantly. One, they're breaking the Constitution of the United States by getting involved. Two, they are openly setting it up, trying to put ICE agents and federal officials and our law enforcement in danger. They don't want barriers between the rioters and the facilities. They are looking to cause a problem. I believe they are openly looking to cause a civil war. They are openly looking for something to happen. Some ICE agents are going to get killed. Some police officers are going to get killed. Some facilities are going to get burned down. And what's going to happen? Trump is going to, that's it, done. Put his foot down. It's going to be Godzilla foot. It's going to be bam. And then they're all going to scream, he's a fascist. And they're going to ignite a civil war. I believe these activist, lefty, Marxist judges, people like Pritzker, Johnson, you can name a bunch of them, are all trying to start a civil war, and they are hoping to blame it on Trump. And the thing is, if they do end up shooting and killing ICE agents, police officers, destroying a facility, then you know what? That's what we're going to have to do. And I hate to tell lefties this, it ain't going to work out the way you think. All these LARPing jackasses up there calling military veterans, military veterans who are 6'3" and muscled. These LARPing little guys that make me look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It ain't going to work out the way you think, LARPer. They ain't going to let you go home and have a break from mommy to clean the shit stains and tear gas out of your clothing and give you a hot pocket and pat you on the butt and go, oh, you're a good little Marxist. You don't understand. You do not go to war against people who've actually been to war. Or go against people who grew up with firearms and living in the country. You will not win this. Besides, most of you LARPing pieces of crap live in cities. You produce nothing. Almost everything that supports your city comes from the rest of the country. From us, blue collars. Oh my God, looking down on those flyover country people. Ew. We can just choke you off. Done. All right, that was my little aside. Just a little aside here to see, you guys a sec. Let's see. Jimmy, last week I pissed the Cheerios of a liberal who said assault weapon, 30-round clip in a revolver. What? One, there's no such thing as an assault weapon. Anything you assault somebody with is a weapon, assault weapon. It could be my coffee cup. You throw this coffee cup at somebody, it's an assault cup. This is an assault weapon. Of course, that's a pretty good coffee in there. Dang, Sam's Club does good. Yeah, and clip, it's a magazine. So, yeah. Now, I really think they're trying to ignite a civil war. That's me. All right, so. Yeah, another vehicle rammed federal agents. Both assailants are illegal aliens. A mob then began attacking the officers and tear gas had to be deployed. And yeah, I think it's time to jail. I know what some people are going to say. Governor Pritzker and Johnson, and let's go after a lot of Democrats who are backing, they're openly backing interfering with law enforcement. How about this? How about disenfranchising and defrauding the American citizens? We voted. I come back to, I have a mental problem with the fact that Democrats, democracy, until they lose. You look back through the 60, 70 years, Democrats only believe in democracy. Leftists only believe in democracy when they use it as a cudgel when they think they're going to win. As soon as they lose, and by the way, if they do win, they will hang it over your head. We had an election and you lost. Don't you believe in democracy? Huh? And so far, center and right-leaning people always back down. Yeah, you're right. We believe. Okay, yeah. But lefties, every time they lose, they don't believe in democracy. We get riots and shootings, attacks, assaults, autonomous zones, billions of dollars in damage. They don't believe in democracy. I ask any leftist that sees this, tell me how you believe in democracy. Because if we go by your version of democracy, then every time the Democrats win an election, center and right people can go out and do this exact thing. Riot. Fight against your law enforcement officials. Tell your politicians to F off. Tell the American public that voted too bad. No, they don't ever want that the other way, only when they want it. They don't believe in democracy. Democrats, say it with me. Almost need a song for this now from me. Democrats have no true beliefs, only what gives them power in the moment. This is not democracy. This is total fascism. We had an election. You lost. Fuck off. Sit down. Shut up. Get out there. Do your activism. Do campaigns. Vote your people in. If you want it different. That's democracy. Rioting in the streets, attacking people, trying to end people's lives, running into law enforcement, stopping law enforcement is not democracy. That's fascism and Marxism. So, and that's why we have this. By the way, I got to quickly mention, why is this bitch still in office? Where the absolute hell is Tom Homan and Donald Trump? Hell with Ilhan Omar. Start with this bitch. She openly admits her family came here illegal, lied on documents. She is an illegal alien, lied on documents to get into the Minnesota government. She has voted in presidential elections as an illegal alien, admitted on camera illegal. You go back through her history, all the documents she has lied on. Yes, I'm a citizen. Her dad and mom, yes, we're citizens. They lied. They stole. Why is she still there? This right here is why there's a good chance still that Trump will lose the midterms. Because people are looking at this going, what the absolute shit? I saw the other day, Operation, what is it? I can't remember the name of the one in Chicago, Midway or whatever, Midway Blitz or whatever. We've arrested 1,500 illegals. Ew. I could go out here and arrest 1,500 illegals in my area in a matter of a couple days. My gods. I could paintball mark 1,500 of them in about 5 hours. In the city size of Chicago, you should be saying, yes, we've arrested 30,000 during this. At the very least, 5,000, not 1,500. Ew, that is almost a waste of money. We need to get these people out. And this woman should be one of the first. She should be perp walked in public. Somehow she's allowed to be there, but we removed the illegal alien that was a school superintendent who had firearms issues and everything else. Removed him, but why is she still there? She's on camera admitting it. Why is this man sitting next to her if he's one of her colleagues not censored her and got her out of there? What we're doing is going to lose the election because they're not doing jack shit. Sorry. This has been the most anemic mass deportation. This is not what we were promised. And this is where Trump's losing support. It's not the economy. It's not Israel, Palestine. It's this. We were promised mass deportations. We're not getting it. People are decent enough at math to go, ooh, 1,500 people in Chicago, that's it? That's bullshit. What's our dollar to illegal ratio? How many dollars are we spending to get rid of each of these 1,500 illegals? Yeah. Trump still won't stand up, tell these judges to go screw themselves. Stop your illegal orders. The United States Supreme Court has ruled multiple times now they can't be doing this shit, and they keep doing it, and Trump keeps going, well, Trump, think back to when that thing whizzed through your ear. That pair of balls is what we need again. You've backed off. I don't know, maybe you need to finally have some sugar Coke instead of the Diet Coke. Maybe some sugar to give you a little fire. Because this has been too much, too slow, too little. We're not getting anywhere. We're almost a year in, folks. Anemic numbers. And this is losing him the support. I really think so. Let's see. Seems your political world is just as mad as ours concerning illegals. Oh, 100% GTR. Our word is not as buried as you are. We're buried. But we are up to our chest in illegals and migrants. You are up to your friggin' eyeballs over there. Actually up to your nose. You can breathe, but it ain't going to be much longer. And your country, unfortunately, demographically, is already changed. You are probably, if you do not have a mass deportation in the next 3 years, in 30 years, your country will be unrecognizable as UK or Britain or whatever. It's going to be totally demographically changed in 30 years. You must deport now. But yes, we have problems. We have huge amount of problems over here. And unfortunately, Donald Trump has started playing nice again and is not telling these judges making illegal orders to fuck themselves. Enforce it. Come on. Just the fact he took down the fence around this ICE facility left the agents open now to attack because he was told to by a lefty judge. Same lefty judge doesn't have a problem with the rioters in the middle of the street, blocking stuff, attacking random cars and people, and all their protests and stuff that are illegal. But God forbid ICE be able to protect themselves with tear gas or a fence. That's offensive. But Trump's playing nice. He's losing support from his base, and even people who, on the basis of the immigration problem, voted for him, whether for no other reason, voted for him for that, are going, what the fuck? What do you mean you only have arrested 1,500 in Chicago? Every protester that interferes with a police officer, federal agent enforcing our laws that we voted for in the United States election of 2024 should be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of all federal charges. Screw trying to let these lefty jurisdictions do nothing which they won't do. Arrest them, charge them, jail them. I'm done with it. I am absolutely done. And Trump needs to be done. He needs to enact the Insurrection Act and go after these people. No more. No more. How is it you can watch a police video on YouTube, and if somebody obstructs law enforcement, a standard Leo on the street, stopping somebody for a taillight, somebody obstructs him, they can be arrested and face prosecution. These people aren't. It is a huge failing, and I want to know where the absolute shit Tom Homan is. Where is the chutzpah, the balls he seemed to project? Feel free to contact me, Tom. I don't give a shit if you're busy. Why do we not have orders to start stopping this stuff? I am pissed and I'm tired of it. And now we are letting illegal aliens, whatever. We are letting illegals, there you go, assault our police and our law enforcement officials. They've already been assaulting American citizens now for years. It's escalating on the illegal side, and Democrats are supporting this. Democrats do not believe in democracy. That was the second part of my title. Democrats don't believe in democracy. Democracy is we vote on an administration. We put that administration or party in power after that election. That party / administration, person, whatever, then has the mandate to do what they ran on. That is democracy, lefties. Democracy is not we vote, Trump wins, and then you go, fuck that. He can't do a damn thing. How dare he? How dare he, fascist? Either you are too stupid to know what fascism is, or you don't care. You are empty, vapid people, devoid of intelligence and or just full of hate and emptiness, looking for anything to march and hate on. You are empty pieces of crap, and you're a bunch of pussies. When you can surround somebody like Cam Higbee, calling him a pussy, him and a couple other guys are out there in the middle of a huge crowd of you. You're very ballsy when you're in big groups. Not ballsy when you're alone. We need to get this up. Democracy is we vote. That's it. For 2 years, 6 years, 4 years, whatever term that person you voted for is in office, they are supposed to be mandated to do what they ran on. In fact, we should hold them to that more than we do. Oh, well, he lied, but he's a politician, you know. No, fired instantly. You run on something, you do it. Or at the very least, you try like flipping hell. Democracy is not, well, we had an election, but fuck it. We don't allow it. We don't like it, so don't get to do it. Fine, Democrats. Fine, lefties. Your terms are acceptable. Let's say if Kamala had won, could we have said the same thing? No. No. This is where Democrats and lefties have more balls than center and right people. Because if Kamala had won and anybody on the center or right had rose up and said, no, we're not doing this. You're a fascist. We're not going to let you do what you're elected to do. The left would come down on center and right people like an anvil. They would make the J6 prosecutions look mild. It would look like the Nuremberg trials. It would. That's what they would do. But what is the center and right doing right now? Clutching their pearls, chewing on their nails, going, oh my God, we don't want to be as bad as them. No. If you have one side that continually breaks laws, breaks rules, attacks you, kills you, and you sit there and go, but we gotta play by the rules and be nice. No, you will lose. Sooner or later, you gotta get down in the mud and match them. You have to. You cannot let one side continually prosecute you illegally, jail you illegally, steal your money, kill you, and you just go, but we're gonna play nice and go by the rules. You will lose. And that's what, unfortunately, Trump is doing right now. I am not a cultist. I think Donald Trump is the best president in my lifetime, but he's doing this wrong. He's going to cost J.D. Vance the election. He's going to cost his party the midterms if he doesn't step it up. In fact, I am this close to saying fire Tom Homan and get me in there. Because I have no shits to give. Done. Get out. I'm going to take the Phil Labonte plan. I don't give a shit if you haven't committed another crime since you came here. You came here illegally. GTFO. Now. And I've told you before, I would be at the banks and telling the banks, let me see your records. Anybody that's not a citizen, we're taking that money. We're seizing it. Any loan you have, you're done. You don't get that back. You lost it. You loaned to an illegal, boom, done. Then you go seize the house. Seize the property. Sell it, get some money back for the people of this country. Cars, you got a driver's license, you're illegal? Gone. You got insurance? Go after the insurance companies. Why are you insuring illegals? Nope, done. Which most of them don't have insurance anyway. Which costs us because we have to have uninsured motorists. Yeah. I would go to all employers. Let me see your records. This person better be a citizen. And then you fine employers into a fucking mud hole. And like I said, I would go on TV. I would stand up there as I have now taken over immigration. I am the new Tom Homan. I'm going to stand up there, go on TV, standing next to the president and go, guess what? To all illegal aliens, you have exactly 30 days to leave this country. Actually, I'm going to be worse. You've had 20 years to get your shit around it too. You've got 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks to get your affairs rounded up and get the fuck out. You leave now, you can take everything with you you can carry. After that, we get you. You go with nothing. 0. We'll load you in a C-130. We'll get you over Mexico and drop you off. We'll land. But done. You ain't carrying shit. Let your kids carry a teddy bear, but too bad. Go away. And you tell all these countries you will take your people back or you will get no aid from us. No foreign aid. You don't take your people back? No money. Fuck off. I am tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of Democrats talking about fascism. It's time everybody looks at them and goes, no, you're the fascist. Do you even know what a fascist is? A fascist is somebody who looks at elections and says, no, we're not going to follow it. A fascist is somebody who goes out and shuts up speech, attacks everybody for a different belief. You're the fascists, guys. Lefties. America's rapidly going the same way. Well, GTR, I don't think we're rapidly going the same way. Trump is, at the very least, slowing it. He's maybe even put it at a standstill going that way. The problem is he's not doing enough. We need a huge reversal. Every single person Biden let in, let alone the other 30 plus million who are already here. We need at least the ones Biden let in to go, and Trump will not do it. Trump is going to, unfortunately, maybe at this goddamn rate, get out 500,000 of the 20 million. Maybe. Some people say, well, 1 million self-deported. Fine. He's got out 1 million, maybe one and a... He's not going to get out more than, more than 3 million total out of 20 million brought in. And that is unless he really steps it up. And I'm not seeing him do it. Do I want to be surprised? Yes. Do I want him to step it up? Yes. Would I? Oh, yeah. The very fact that Donald Trump is not going after banks and employers and renters and auto insurance and then making a rule to these hospitals. No, I know people are going to be, oh my God, listen to this, right tard. No, make a law. Doctors, follow your Hippocratic oath. If somebody comes in dire emergency need, holy shit, the bone is sticking through their arm. Oh my God, a hammer fell and dented their head and they're bleeding out of every dang orifice in the head. Fine, fix it. But not, I got a sniffle. Oh, I got a boo-boo. No, we do not treat illegal aliens. Only real emergencies. Not, I've got the flu. Oh, I banged my knee. Oh, I've got a cut. Bandage my boo-boo. No. Nope. Emergency, save lives only treatment. That's another way. Stop it. And I would even go after all the churches. Any church that has a food pantry, you are giving food to illegal aliens. You are taking away from the American citizens to support your church. There are tons of American citizen children and veterans that should have that, not illegals. You get caught giving to illegals, you lose your tax exempt status. Done. I'm done. This is if you're serious. This is why I've seen a lot of people, Asmongold and many others out there. I've even seen some right-leaning pundits starting to think that Trump is not serious. He's not showing the balls to do it right. Has he slowed it? Yes. Has he maybe even put it at a standstill? Yeah, look at our border. But we don't need a standstill at this point. We don't need it to stop and flatline. We need down. And we don't need a little down. We need a fuckload. 20 million Biden let in, plus the 30 to 40 million that are already here. We have to reduce that now. Also, I would like a law. No more shit in Spanish on any fucking ATM in this country. You don't know English, you ain't supposed to be here. No more going to AutoZone and having 2 out of the 3 guys working speak Spanish. I'm done. No more government documentation in any language but English. We don't teach our kids in our public schools, paid for with our tax money, in anything but English. Done. You will see shitloads mass deport. You won't have 1 million mass deport. I'll bet you follow the Lion's Den deportation plan or immigration plan. I'll be ballsy enough to say if you just follow my plan, you'll see 5 million deport easily. Maybe 10 million will deport. Because not only do we have the 20 million Biden brought in, we have the 30 plus million that are already here before. So let's say 50 million is a round number. You enact the Lion's Den immigration plan, I'm betting 10 million will leave. Because they will not be able to house themselves. They won't be able to drive. They won't be able to get money. They won't be able to work. They won't get free medical handed to them anymore. They'll leave. Done. That's it. So let me get off my soapbox and hop on over and check you guys, see what you're doing. So no, I don't think America's going the same way. Trump has at the very least flatlined it, but it needs to go that way a shitload. That's where he's barely made a dent. He's barely made a dent. Anybody that rightfully says, hey, this is crap. Obama did shitloads more of deportations. Yeah, that's valid. And the fact that Trump isn't taking that seriously, he needs to be going, shit, you're right. He needs to wake the fuck up. He has a year to step this up by 20 times the amount. Or I think they'll lose the midterm still, maybe. No, we will not allow it. As long as we hold on to our pew-pews, we'll win. Yeah, Bunny, that's where we're possibly heading. And that's where I think lefties are stupid. Do I think it's only centrist and right people that like their pew-pews? No. There's a lot of lefties I know that like their pew-pews. But on average, we all know mostly center and right people like the pew-pews. And have multiples and know how to use them. Yeah, not some little lefty carrying around a little pink 22 in their purse going, I got a poo-poo, ooh, I'm badass. No. Like me, grew up backwoods shooting stuff. You sit with 22 rifles and we would have competitions to see who could shoot. We'd pick a leaf on a tree. Usually on a calm day, but sometimes a slightly windy day. And see who could shoot that leaf off the tree with a 22 rifle. That's the shit. Half our military, okay, more than half. Most of our military guys and police are centrist and right-leaning people. It ain't gonna work out for you, lefties. All we do is just block off your cities. You depend on us for your food, all your stuff coming in. I give your cities a week. Cut you out totally, you'll collapse. Just if you run out of toilet paper, you'll collapse. Because ain't none of you know how to use a leaf. I ain't got no plants anyway. All right. The farmers are fed up with the illegals shitting in their fields where their food is grown. Yeah, and that's why, not to be a jerk, but that's why there's a certain Chipotle out there that has had a lot of food issues. Because they believe in there are certain farmers. Well, those farmers are the ones that hire a bunch of illegals, and yeah, they're not very sanitary. They're pooping in the fields. And yes, I know we use manure, but it's not when you don't poo in the field where you're picking it and get it on stuff. A little different than when growing it. Trump, like all politicians, not honoring his words. GTR, I'm going to disagree with you. Boy, is it going to be a day of disagreeing with you? Except, yes, I do think Israel should win. How's that? Get a little common ground quick before I go into this. Trump, like all politicians, not honoring his words. Trump's not a politician. I do think Trump is honoring his words more than any single president in my lifetime. In fact, I'm going to say he's honoring his word more than any single prime minister in your lifetime in your country. He's doing a very good job. He's still the best president this country has seen in easily 60 years. Easily. Maybe 70 years. He's the best. But maybe even longer back. He may be in the top 3 or 5. But he's still not honoring and not pushing hard enough on one of his top campaign promises. Is he doing something? Yes. Is he doing more than any president in my lifetime? Mostly. He's definitely shut the border down better than Biden did. He's made other rules better than Obama. He shut the border down better than Obama did. He's made better rules about people coming in than Obama did. He's done deportation in some ways Obama did not do. But he's still not getting the numbers up there. He's still pussyfooting around. But on most of what Trump has said he would do, he's done. Or at least tried hard. And he is doing a lot. If you think about the damage, how bad this country has been, how off we were, especially after Biden, or Biden's handlers, it's a lot he has to do. So while you think, oh, I'm just totally crapping Trump, no, I still think he's the best. But he needs to step this one up. This is where he really needs to concentrate. You can't have this big of a mess going on over immigration if you're not doing mass deportations. This would only be viable to the American public who voted for him, all this bullshit going on, if it was actual mass deportations. But when we see this bullshit going on, and then you see none of these rioters and attackers getting arrested and staying arrested, but we also see, 1,500 people in Chicago over the last, 3 weeks? That is not going to make the people that voted for him go, well, that was worth it. He needs to step that up. Do I think he's done amazing shit? Yes. A lot of amazing shit? Yes. Has he done enough? Needs to do more on this. Needs to do more. He is honoring his words. Just not at the level he should honor his words. How's that? He's at warp 5. He needs warp 9. Needs that trans warp drive. If you're a Star Trek fan, you know that didn't work out very well, did it? All right. I could not believe when I worked in a big hospital, women took their kids into the ER for diaper rash. Yeah, 100%. Yep. Yeah, Connie, we have a lot of stupid people. We have enough stupid people in our country, as evidenced by these assholes standing out here. There's a bunch of stupid people here. You know, a bunch of dum-dums. I mean, look at all these dum-dums up here waving Mexican flags in our country. That's balls. That's stupid. We have enough dum-dums without importing dum-dums. By your own words, he's not honoring immigration. He is promising them. He is honoring them. He's doing more than, in some ways that Obama didn't do stuff. Obama got raw numbers, but Obama also did not have so much of our own government fighting him. Trump is honoring his words. I just don't think he's honoring them enough or at a level. There's levels of honoring it. Hey, I'm going to do this deportations. Yeah, he's doing them. But we don't need him doing them. We need them capital letters. Right now he's doing lowercase letters deportations. We need all caps. There are levels of things, and he needs to amp that level up. But is he honoring it? Yeah. But is it kind of a weak, low, like again, lower, non-caps deports? I want caps, all caps. I don't want lowercase. He is honoring, just not enough. There are levels. I mean, I can say I support Israel, but then I don't want Israel to just slaughter the other people. People would go, but you're not honoring how you support them. Nope. I can support them to a level. And that's the same with his deportations. He's supporting them to a level. And honestly, not to be a total dick, I'm going to be a partial dick on this. Trump is doing a far cry better than your government is. Right now, the UK, You guys got to get frisky. I don't know what you guys can do anymore because I don't know if the UK can dig out anymore. I really don't. I think UK may be clustered. I don't know if you guys got the chutzpah to do anything about it anymore. My 4 older brothers taught me to shoot their pew-pews when I was 14, yeah? My dad started teaching me, my brother, when each of us hit our, I believe, 7th or 8th birthday. Other than that, we'd watch him. But yeah, we started on a .22 rifle. We had some pistols around the house, a couple shotguns. Didn't let us do much with them. He had a 16 gauge and a couple 12 gauges. Didn't let us do much with those at age 7. If you've ever shot a 12 gauge, age 7 is a little frisky on a good 12 gauge. It's just the old-fashioned power piston shells he had in it. A lot of people don't even realize there was a 16 gauge. But yes, we had a 16 gauge shotgun. Little fact, did you know that a 16 gauge and a 12 gauge shell will slide together if you take them apart? Like I said, in today's parlance, I would probably be on a watch list for stuff we did growing up in the country back in the day. We removed stumps, if you know what I mean. I'm just tired of seeing politicians honoring their words to full extent. Well, the thing is, GTR, I agree with you on that, but right now, I will take somebody honoring their word, a politician honoring their word at half. And Trump is probably honoring his word at 70%, which is far and above any politician I know of. I'm talking anybody from Nancy Pelosi to Thomas Massey. Most of them just say shit and don't really do most of it. They maybe honor 20 to 25%, most politicians. Just enough to try to say they did. Trump is at least honoring, I'd say 70%. Maybe low as 65, but 70%, maybe 75. I think 70, 75%. It's that extra 25, 30% we really want, though. And that's where he's making a mistake. He's doing some amazing shit, but I think he needs to stop concentrating on some of that down there and really concentrate on that last 25, 30%. That's where he really needs to move to that. Let other people do the other stuff. Tell them, here's what I want you to do it. Now, I'm concentrating on this. Start off with telling federal judges who are breaking the law, according to the Constitution of the United States and the Supreme Court, tell them, fuck off. That fence around the ICE agency in Chicago never should have been moved. Judges telling ICE agents, how dare you use tear gas? You can't defend yourself. How dare you put up fences? They shouldn't have to warn somebody who just rammed their vehicles. And I want to hear out of Trump's mouth or Homan's mouth, these illegals came in here with no due process. Under our Constitution, our federal laws, that means they don't get due process. You come in here illegally without due process, we have no obligation to give you due process. Look at the rules and laws. It says you get the fuck out. That's it. The remedy is go. Done. You're out. You only get due process if you come in with due process. Because think of how that works. So Democrats can once again break the law. Drag in 20 million people illegally against our laws. And then go, well, now they're here. You have to have due process. That means we will always lose. Well, you gotta have due process for them. But you didn't have the way in. We don't care. That's what they say. We don't care. We don't care if we broke all laws and rules bringing them in. We are still going to hold you to standards we don't hold ourselves to. But it's time somebody stands up and goes, we don't owe them due process. And even Trump's being too nice. Once again, that last 25, 30%, he better start concentrating on. So yeah, he really needs to tell them to fuck off. And say, no, here's the laws. He needs to send his spokesperson out there and send Vance and Rubio and Holman and everybody out there reading the statute, the Constitution, reading our federal laws. You came in illegally. You do not get due process. You get buto. Get out. You come in legally through a port of entry, register here, And then you get due process under our laws. You must be under the jurisdiction thereof of the government of the United States of America to have due process. Especially when it comes to immigration law. You come in illegally, you are the citizen of that country. You're not even under our documents, our paperwork, as in, hey, this person's trying to come in here. They're trying to get a green card. They're trying to do this. You are 100% only their citizen. That is it. You are not under the jurisdiction thereof of the United States of America. We will return you to your place of origin. Or Mexico. Don't matter. All right. That's because we have a traitorous nut as a prime minister. Yeah, well, the prime minister's GTR. SOG. Sorry. I'm trying, buddy. SOG, you have a bigger problem. I don't see the rest of your government standing up and stopping it either. At least in our country, we got maybe 35% of our government, maybe 40% is supporting Trump on this and helping him. Yours? I see what, 5%, 10% of your government actually growing a pair, stopping all these arrests for speech, for a joke, for a Facebook post. I don't see shit in your police force stopping it either. At least our cops, I'd say 60% are hardcore good people. I still see shitloads of your cops out there who will arrest a UK citizen for daring to say, hey, stop these gangs of men touching our little girls. Or making a joke. Or saying, deport these people. I'm sorry, but honestly, and I know I'm looking from outside, but I do read a lot. I have a VPN. I have a BBC account. I am all over there. I see maybe 10 to 20% of your officers being actual good people who care about the citizenry and their job of being police officers and serve and protect. They are openly fine with going after the UK citizenry. And that's bad. And I'd say a huge portion of your government is overly balanced. Not just Starmer. Most of your government is balanced against you, the people. That's bad. That is bad. Like I said, if you don't do mass deportations in the next 3 to 4 years, in 30 years, your country will be unrecognizable. Look that up. Look up the baby names. Look up how many they're having. Look up what these people believe. All the Muslim stuff they're trying to enforce over in your country now. Imagine 30 years. They're outbreeding you guys like 6 to 1. Imagine that now in 30 years. For every one kid the UK citizenry has, the traditional UK citizen, these so-called new citizens and or illegals are having 6 kids. Wow. You're buried. You're buried. They're limited what they can do. Trump is trying to get done what he can. Oh, he is, Bunny. But Trump could do more. I'm kind of between where you are, Bunny, and where SOG is. I'm trying to call you by the new name, SOG. But I knew you as GTR too long. But yeah, I'm kind of between the two of you. I think Trump is trying to do what he can. He is facing shitloads of headwind. I mean, the man is trying to sail upwind in a hurricane. But I think he needs to concentrate more on a few things. He's trying to do everything, fix everything at once. He needs to concentrate on a few things first. So yeah. I'm kind of between the two of you. Don't apologize, kind of what you say is sadly true. We have a massive problem with two-tier policing. Yeah, it is sad. And the thing is, it bothers a lot of us in America that pay attention, read world news, have VPNs, have friends over the UK. We are appalled by what's going on over there. I mean, Trump and J.D. Vance have called it out. I even argued with Starmer on TV. We love our free speech. And I'm like, you don't have any. We love our free speech, but you don't have any. I know YouTubers, even like people I watch like Heel versus Babyface and Mahler and a few others, they are worried sometimes about what they say. There's things, I've heard them back down at certain things because they got to watch their ass over there. That's crazy. That's sad. America originally got its idea of free speech from your parliamentary system, even though you guys didn't do it really well even back then, but much better than now. But we took it and amped it up, actually built it into the number one in the Constitution of the United States of America. Freedom of speech. And then the right to defend ourselves. You can't have one without the other. And unfortunately, in your constitutional documents or whatever, you don't have those built in. Very, 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 very few countries do. It's a weird thing that America got right. All right. Now, GTR, SOG, I'm going to say, yeah, you guys are so close to not being able to do anything on it. You may need a V for Vendetta type situation. And I don't know if there's enough UK people with the chutzpah. The 3+ million march was amazing. But I haven't heard a lot since. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys don't have the... need some more energy drinks sent over there or what. But I thought that was something they should have sprungboard off hardcore. And it seems like they did it. Yeah. And then it's kind of leveled down. All right. Illegals should not have the same rights of Americans. They don't. Every law, our Constitution, everything says they do not have the same rights as us. But our government, the dirty part of our government, especially lefties who want them for power, they want them for electoral college votes. They want them for representatives. They want them for disenfranchising American voters. They want them for their love. The Democrats still love their slave labor. Who's going to pick your strawberries or vacuum your floors? But you know those are paid under the table at cheap wages. But we don't care. We got to have our slaves. That's Democrats. Democrats have always loved their slave class. They still do. Americans are too lazy to pick their fruit. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Blue-collar America is the hardest working people in the world. We work more hours than almost any country on earth. We take less vacations. Of course, we get less. We retire later. Holy kidding. We bust ass. Not like people in France who get 3 months off a year, get to retire much younger, have all these freebies. That's why France doesn't lead in anything. That's why France's military, I'm sorry guys, what you have is good, but it's kind of a joke. I got an idea. Hey, come on, France. Let's see your Navy compared to ours. Let's go. Hell, I'll even tie half our Navy behind our backs. I'll send out half our Navy. Just saying. Oh, yeah. So, no, our illegals actually do not have rights, Bunny. And, Sog, yeah. See, now, Sog, I don't know what your laws are, but I think even by your actual laws, your immigration laws, your whatever the constitutional writings you guys have, I don't think illegals do have the same rights as you citizens. They are not supposed to be above you or equal to you. But unfortunately, you are stuck with a government who is giving them that, granting them that no matter what. I'm going to stop for a quick second. Anybody here on YouTube and Rumble, please hit thumbs up for the stream. Share it out and share out my channel. I am trying to grow. I don't ask if you stumble upon me seeing this live or later. I don't ask that you automatically subscribe. I should have to earn that. I do ask that you keep me in mind and stop back by at least 1 or 2 more times. And if I can annoy you, amuse you, piss you off, make you laugh, make you cry a little bit, then I ask you to subscribe. But thank you very much for hanging out, checking this out live or afterwards. I appreciate it. And as you can see, I am discussing with people from America and UK, and I talk to people in other countries at times, and I am willing to discuss even their politics and civil rights issues. So feel free to come in and agree, disagree, leave comments, and I try to respond to every comment. You can also message me if there's anything you think you'd like me to talk about or not talk about. LYON'SDenWS6 at gmail.com, and the rest of my links, even though I am very lazy on Instagram, but my links are all in the description on this video. Even for Rumble, I am LYON'SDenWS6 on Rumble. So feel free. By the way, if you do go to Rumble, I do have Rumble chat I'm looking at right here. If you have a Rumble account and can chat, you can say spicier stuff on Rumble. So yeah. All right. Let's see here. I think that's mostly what I wanted to talk about, guys. We're an hour 40. I'm under. Wow. Jay Watterson wanted a mid-morning stream, guys. And he's the one not here. I know he's going to rankle at that. In fact, if you look at the back at the beginning of this chat, when I was making the stream last night, I even put it up ahead of time. So everybody knew. And he commented right then, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I'm like, you're the one that asked for it. I do try to honor my viewers. Don't always get to, but I am here. But I think we're going to hop out. I got a busy day today. And maybe I'll try to do another stream later. We'll see how it goes. I've got a semi-busy day, but not horrid. Now, the next few days after that, I am going to work on trying to get my garage. We're starting to run into cool weather, guys. And I'm going to start getting my garage rounded, too. I'm going to try to get it insulated for the year. There, now I can see you guys on my main screen instead of looking outside. I am going to try to get my garage insulated, finished up. That's a lot of work. It's annoying. And I guess the guy called and said over the next 2 weeks, I'll be putting my Trans Am away for the year. It gets stored in a climate-controlled facility. My mother-in-law got me this guy, and he stores cars for the Meekum auto auctions and stuff. So, yeah, and he gave me a hell of a deal. He likes to fill his building up, and he had spots. So he gave me a great deal on storing my car there. People go, ooh, you have a fancy car? I bought this car 22 years ago. I bought it in 2003. So it's not like it's a new car. I just bought it and kept it. But yeah, she's my baby. She's only got 65,000 miles on her. 2000 Trans Am WS6 jet black 6-speed. She's my baby. Even my wife says we ain't getting rid of that thing. But yes, thank you, GTR or SOG. Man, dude, you need to chastise me because your proper name on here is Adventures with SOG. You need to go, SOG, every time I do that. Because then I start thinking about the General Zod. For some reason, SOG sounds like General Zod from Superman 2. Thank you very much, Connie. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you sorry, Jimmy, about calling you a red coat. SOG is the red coat. Which is funny. We fought a war to free ourselves from the redcoats, but we all love mother country still. We do. We are a weird one. Most countries that fought to get away from a home country aren't really the besties. But we look at UK and go, dude, we love ya. We still love ya. Come on over to family dinner, man. Come to the family reunions. It's crazy. I think America is closer to the UK, old school UK, than we are to Canada. I really do. Thank you, Connie. Get him. I think I have his email too. But yes, anything you guys want me to talk about, once again, LYON'SDenWS6 at gmail.com. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate you. And also, I may try to do more mid-morning streams. I've been trying to change my schedule around lately. So I appreciate it. I will talk to you later. Thank you very much. And I hope you have a good day. And let's see what today brings. Let's see. Amazing. Everything just happens so fast these days. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you